What's dark web? And that's for fucking pedos and stuff, isn't it?
We lost 2 of our listeners. 4 left now.
I had Alistair over him to win by knockout.
It was nice and fucking straight until you fucking touched it.
You said chocolate down on the hip.
Yeah, you were bad at it.
Get down, baby.
Let's go podcast. Woo!
Are we podcasting now?
It is. Hang on. I'm going to put the down for a sec. You know what it is. You'll appreciate this as well, eh, Steve? Yeah, it is, it. It is. And you did tell us that, check that out, Dai James from the guy who plays C3PO, whatever his fucking name is. He's the gay one, isn't he, James?
C3PO's not gay, he's a robot.
The guy who plays him is, though.
I don't fucking know.
There's like, yeah. What's happening then? I got after you. The Inside Story by Anthony Daniel.
Yeah.
What's happening then?
Oh, not much, Matt. Where you been?
Have I been? I've been sitting here waiting for an invite. Didn't realise that was the invite.
Oh, well, we were talking on WhatsApp and you were all quiet and stuff.
Yeah, I think because if you use like a computer, it's easy to send an invite on like as a link. But if you're using your phones, which I think you two both are, it's easier to send the password and the ID.
Yeah, I get my laptop out for the family quiz and there's loads of us, but it was just like 3 of us on. I'll just do it on my phone.
Sorry, I'm moving around. I'm trying to find a better spot. So,
Right.
what are we covering?
Do you want to do this build the boxer thing I set up?
Yeah, sound. I also thought while I'm at it, I didn't really think about it too much, so it might be rubbish, but I also done my own build an MMA guy as well.
All right. Well, this will take a while, I think.
Yeah?
Plus, I won't be able to contribute to the build an MMA guy at all, apart from just saying Conor McGregor for everything.
The specimen.
Right, but I'll start with this, boys. Right, for people listening, this way, I got a name. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got like maybe 10 categories of different facets of a boxer, and each of you have got to pick a boxer you would pick for that category.
Right.
You can't use the same one that's already been used by somebody else.
Oh.
Once we've gone through all the categories, at the end, we come back to the start, and then you two got to say why you've picked that boxer. Try and convince the other one, and if you can't, I'll have to be the deciding vote on which category.
Me and him are gonna fucking argue for ages over the fucking thing.
So you can't use the same boxer twice. So right, starting off, we'll start with James because he's just to my left. Jab.
Oh, I didn't even I know what he's going to say. I've only got one guy for this. I've got one guy for a jab.
Go on and Dai. If you were...
There's only one guy you can have for this, and that's Larry Holmes.
No.
Shut up. He's the greatest jab ever.
I just thought of one as a thing that I can't say his name properly, but it's Loche. Locche.
I can't say I've ever even heard of him. I might be bad knowledge, but you can't get past Larry Holmes on the heavyweight world title.
Right. We'll debate the merits of now at the end when we get to the final stage.
What?
Right. God, you're first to now, Dai. Right hand.
Oh, fuck. What's my name southpaw by accident or something?
Or
right,
across. It hasn't got to be right hand across.
Yeah. Wilder.
James?
Marciano.
Okay.
Body shots.
Oh.
James?
Fuck.
You got anyone to mind, Dai?
I go on, yeah. Straight pops to mind. Ricky Hatton. He's a beast in the body, absolute monster.
Yeah. You're going to kick yourself now, James. There's someone, a bit obvious person I thought you'd pick straight away for this.
Oh, I did start writing this list down, but I forgot. I'm going to go with Chavez Sr.
Yes, that's why I picked straight away.
Oh, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't remember whose turn it is, but Hooks.
I think it's Dai.
Hooks, Dai.
I'm going to go, because his left up was that good, Smoking Joe Frazier. Was he going to go for that?
Yeah.
I named my boy after him. So.
I'll chuck in someone then, just someone else who's got a hooks. Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo,
nice.
Yeah.
He's good at most things in fairness.
Except being fucking drug-free.
Uppercuts.
Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, I'm going to draw a blank on this. I can see that. Uppercuts. Oh, fucking hell. Who's it? My go, is it?
I think it's you, James.
Oh, is it?
I think
I'll go with
I got one. I'm not telling why.
I just fucking thought I was thinking about uppercuts and I should have changed my hook answer now. I'm gonna say Tyson. Go with Tyson. He used to throw a nice little. I won't say why, but.
Right.
Oh, that's a good shout. That is mine. Because I done a little list here, but it didn't have like as in depth as these, like backhand and stuff. I done like heart, speed, reaction, power, footwork, and stuff like that. I suppose they'll come up. But uppercuts, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go for Tyson Fury for that one where he punched himself in the face.
Dai Chin.
Chin. I've written that down. Triple G.
Good call. James.
Oh.
Hagler.
Oh,
that's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult to work out. Right. Endurance, sort of stroke engine work rate.
Oh,
I think it's on you, James. I think.
Engine and work rate. It's hard when that is, isn't it? Because they're all fucking super fit, and they the top boys, really.
But if you think about it, there's not many boxers who can knock guys out in the later rounds and knock guys out in the early rounds. But there are a few obvious people.
Yeah.
Have we got anyone, Dai?
I got one that springs to mind. Oh, did I? I did have. Only because of his last fight, and he put it on him from the off, which is Chocolatito. Even though he's knocking on, he put it on your thigh from the off. I might be way off on that, but he's the only one that springs to mind.
I'm going to go with Roy Jones Jr. Yeah, what about that?
Yeah. I'm saving him for a different question.
But you can't use him now, though. Once he's gone, he's gone.
Oh, no.
Don't save nobody.
Oh, no.
Right, mental strength. Whose turn was it? Dai, I think it was yours, is it?
Me.
Mental strength, toughness.
It would go down as heart as well, wouldn't it? Keep on going.
Mental strength, heart, toughness.
Arturo Gatti.
He fucking quit a couple of times, you twat.
No. One of those road fights he did. One of those road fights he did.
He quit against Alfonso Gomez, man.
Right, James.
Mental toughness and heart. One of my favourites, Corrales.
James, combination punching.
Fucking Gatti, fuck's sake. Manuel Marquez.
Combination. Pacquiao.
Good call. And defensive skills. Dai was you, I think.
I'll go on this. What's Pernell Whitaker.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, fuck you, Lily.
Gatty mental strength.
I redeemed myself with Whitaker, though. He had some ballers on him. I don't give a fuck what he say.
Go on in, James. Defensive skills.
Money me.
Oh, Floyd. Fair play, boys. You've avoided the sort of the really big names. I think the obvious ones. To be fair to you. And last category, just the best overall fighter. The most.
I'll take this first then, because he's just necked Mayweather. I'll go Ali. Fuck it.
What, best of all time?
Not best all time. We'll go overall. Total package.
Skills. Ali had hand speed, footwork, power.
Boxing skills. Or ring. What's it called? Ring generalship.
Ring craft. Yeah.
That's the word. Ring craft.
I'm gonna go. I should have picked Ali for intelligence, just for rope a dope on his own.
Well, you probably could have picked Ali for most of them, really, apart from maybe body shots and, well, that was it, yeah, body shots.
Have we done power? Have we done just power on its own?
Have we got power there? I haven't, actually. Well, we had power.
We got one for that as well.
What's your overall general ring generalship, James?
Overall, let's go.
Tyler Goodjohn.
Fucking mention him on my podcast. Overall, I'm gonna throw a little what's it called? Banana skin in. B-hop.
No, if I could keep going at 50, yeah, it's a good shout.
55, wasn't he?
He was old, and he?
So,
Well, when he fell on his head.
Huh?
When he fell on his head.
Yeah.
He got knocked at the ring, didn't he, by Smith?
Nobody caught him, like. Fuck
Yeah.
him.
Dislocate the shoulder or something, aren't they?
So, last one then, boys. Power.
I'll go George Foreman.
James?
That little horrible fucker, Edwin Valero.
Valero.
In either one, I went like stupid amount unbeaten or something.
Yeah, I think he's unbeaten, wasn't he?
18 wins, 18 KOs, 17 in the first round, and then he stabbed his wife to death. So, yeah.
Yeah, then he killed himself, didn't he? He killed himself in prison.
Yeah, killed himself in the police cell the same night.
I think he had a brain injury. He fell off a motorbike, so he had a brain injury, so he couldn't get a license in America.
Yeah, it was something to do with, they brought out all these concussion things that, like the American wrestlers, like Chris Benoit and football players all fucking go mad after, like, years of steroids and brain injuries. They reckon it was something like that as well.
Yeah.
There's a book on it. I can't remember what the book's called.
I think De La Hoya was trying to... He's contracted to De La Hoya, wasn't he? So De La Hoya was trying to work things behind the scenes to get the fight in America, but it never happened.
He didn't even mention De La Hoya and any of them.
Yeah, well. There we are. Look, we'll add a category then. Best looking.
I tell you, who's a handsome fucker for a boxer is Joe Calzaghe. Like, he got that Italian little slick hair, and you're not going to go out with Dai, fucking hell.
I know, you're going to fucking shag him, you.
There we are, James, best looking boxer, and you can't include yourself.
Best boxer. Fucking hell.
Fucking me, De La Hoya's an handsome cunt, mate.
He was, wasn't he? He was, he was a proper shagger, he was.
Yeah.
When I was reading about how long before a fight should you leave off sex, I heard that he was shagged the bird the night before a world title fight.
I've heard of loads. That's a load of bollocks. Can't remember what the podcast or some sort. That abstaining from sex is a load of shit. The more you have sex, the stronger you get, but because you produce more testosterone.
Well, Mickey and Rocky said, didn't he? Women weaken legs. That's what it to me.
They've done. There's an actual university study on it. Because I looked it up, and they reckon as long as you're not like fucking going like the clappers the night before, up all night, you know, take it out of you like stamina wise, there's no problem. But I think a lot of the old school fighters done it, and it's just been drilled into me.
There's no chance of you being up all night shagging.
It's there's no chance of me being up all night for anything. Yeah, apparently it's just to like you're an angry fucker then, and you haven't had a shag for a couple of weeks, well, a couple of months. Ali used to go 6 months. Lamotta went like fucking years.
Fuck that. No chance.
No, you can't say fuck that. They're not fucking anyway. That's the point.
Do you do it?
What?
Do you do it?
Yeah, depends really.
That's a no.
No, I usually give myself about 2 weeks.
Depends how relations are with the missus, I suppose.
Yeah, they're usually bad the last weekend you're in weight cutting. So, and when you're weight cutting,
That's a good
everyone thinks about fucking pizza and shit anyway. So,
right, going back to the top end, boys, we'll go through all the categories now. And you've got to, between the pair of you, you've got to argue your case. So, Jab,
going straight away.
Jab, you got Holmes, and Dai picked Holmes, and James picked some guy we never heard of.
Right.
Yeah, I think Holmes wins that, to be honest.
Who's this guy, James?
His name's Loche or Loche. And he's an Argentinian boxer. And they reckon he was the best ever. And I'll send you a video. And there's a video of him fighting in Japan in his black and white. So I'm going to say 50s. And there's a round where all he does is move and jab the guy. And it's like unbelievable. Like the guy can't get anywhere near him. It's like out of this world.
But Larry Holmes won the heavyweight title.
Was this guy world champion, James?
I think so. I can't remember. Let me see if I can get any stats in here. Can I share content? Yeah, let me see if I can get him. Wait there.
Oh. We've lost James, though.
Yeah, I think it's pointless. It's got to be Holmes. It's known that he's had the best jab in boxing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, funny enough, I was watching on KOTV, which is a great show to watch, by the way. I was watching on KOTV the other one of Larry Holmes' old fights, and his jab was just amazing. Just the way he pumped it out.
Couldn't get past it, really, unless he was obviously Tyson when he was on the arse end of his career. When Holmes, he was like 38 when he fought Tyson.
Yeah, 38, yeah.
Only hosts can share this in the meet then. Right, I'm going to send it in the WhatsApp group.
Fuck. James, you
James. We'll have a look at it after, but are you both going to stick to your original picks?
We're having Holmes. You agree with that?
Are you sticking to the Argentinian jabber, are you, James?
No, I'll let him have Holmes because you haven't seen the video. When you watch this video, then you can come back and grovel and apologise.
Yeah.
Also, Ciaran, why are you promoting Ambition is Critical podcast tonight?
Oh, I didn't realise it was, actually.
They're using Chicken Run as their logo tonight.
Oh, they never. I didn't realise that.
Yeah. He's been paid. They knew we were doing it on a Thursday this week.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll change it now then. I apologise.
They've got a spy in it.
No, when I took my daughter to a KFC the other day, we nicknamed it the Chicken Run.
Oh, is it?
And that's why the thing is still on there.
I had a McDonald's this week. It was amazing.
I'm staying healthy.
Right, 2 seconds, boy. Let me change this background. There we are.
Yes. Quick and typhoon. Now we talking.
That's season 1, isn't it? Turn the lights out.
Right. Right, Dan's. Dai picked Wilder. James picked Marciano. This is going to be a tough one.
Simply because Marciano's wasn't just a right hand. Usually he followed through with his elbow as well. So.
Wilder, I'll be honest, right? You asked, I didn't have that on my list. I didn't know we were going to go that in depth. But when you asked, I looked at the TV and Wilder was being interviewed, and I was like, oh, yeah, he hits pretty hard. So that was my, I might not have picked him otherwise, but his right hand's a cannon. If he catches you, you're going to catch. So, you know what I mean? It's tried and tested.
Marciano, like that. Fuck off, like, you know.
Well, I'd probably have to go with Marciano, I think, just purely because, well, the guys he's beaten a better quality than the guys that Wilder have beaten, really, because Wilder hasn't beaten anyone, really, has he? I know he bought Ortiz. And he has got brilliant power, but apart from that...
And Ortiz started boxing when Marciano was still around, so...
Fair
Right.
enough. I can see that one.
Body shots. Dai picked Ricky Hatton. James had Julio Cesar Chavez Sr.
Yeah, not Junior. Definitely not Junior.
No, I'll probably concede that one as well. Although Hatton was a monster. I mean, Chavez.
Body shots is hard because, like, when you watch, like, big fights, you'll see someone get, like, knocked out with a body shot, and you wouldn't think of them as the body shot knockout will stick in your mind, but then they don't do it, like, often enough. Like, Hatton's one against
Castillo.
Yeah, that's it. That sticks out in my mind. What other ones have I seen where...
Hopkins against De La Hoya.
Yeah, the liver shot.
I got one. Triple G versus Matthew Macklin.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Canelo spamming Rocky Fielding, who basically shit his intestines out all over the ring.
Yeah, I think Rocky was a bit out of his depth that night, wasn't he?
Yeah. There's a few, you can think of that, but they're not known as body shots. But I know, like, Chavez Senior, he was renowned for it a little bit, so that's why I went with him. Not that I've seen, like, thousands and thousands of his fights. I've only seen, like, the big ones, but, so I just picked them, really.
Okay. I went with that, and because that's, when you say body shots, immediately springs to mind. Immediately, he used to like 15 rounds just on body work in a row, didn't he? And a lead up to a fight.
Probably one of British boxing's best ever body punchers, Hatton, I'd say.
It's a tough one, but no, I mean, I don't know. I'll let you pick that one.
No, I think Chavez has got to be, isn't it? It's got to be Chavez. Okay, hooks. Dai's gone for Joe Frazier, and James, a little bit surprised you picked Canelo, James. I think you just struggled to think of anyone really, did you?
Only because I've been watching a video over and over again this week of Canelo where he disguises a left hook to the body and he throws it upstairs. And it's just the way he disguises it. But I would have picked Joe Frazier if I got there first. So
okay, we'll go for Joe Frazier.
Smoking Joe.
Uppercuts. Dai picked Fury purely because he punched himself in the face. And Lily went for a more traditional choice of Tyson because he could... No, phenomenal uppercut.
Yeah, I'd like to concede mine because Tyson Fury's was for comedy purposes.
It's got to be Tyson. Yeah, it's a good choice.
This is going to be a tough one to decide. Chin, Dai went for Triple G. As far as I know, never knocked down. And James went for Hagler. Again, as far as I know, never knocked down.
This is an absolute stinker.
Although, no, I'm lying. I think Hagler was knocked down in the late 70s, actually, think about it. I think. This
is an absolute stinker. It's a great shout, Hagler, but I've got to stick with Triple G. He's gone 2 fights with Canelo, who's spamming everyone, and hasn't been rocked once. And he's took him clean on the bonds as well.
No.
I gotta go. He's never been rocked at
all.
Other
than Canelo, who has he fought who's a known big puncher, world class?
I know that's what you got in your favour, whereas Hagler was in with the fucking big boys.
I suppose he's fought Lemieux, hasn't he? He's the other big puncher that Triple G fought.
Fucking hell. When you compare it, fucking pew, fucking.
What Hagler fought, yeah, I know what you're saying there, but his chin is concrete.
Ciaran, Hearn, others.
John Mugabe.
Mugabe, yeah.
Leonard,
yeah.
Leonard wasn't known as a big puncher, though.
I think a welterweight Leonard is quite a puncher, but not a middleweight.
And I would have always put LaMotta as my number one chin person. Chin person? Hardest chin. I was reading a list about the hardest chins, and Lamotta wasn't even in the top 5. And I was reading the list, and Evander Holyfield was on there. Only ever been dropped once, and it was a body shot from Tony, which stopped them.
No, I think Riddick Bowe dropped Holyfield as well, didn't he?
Bowe,
Eighth round, I think, actually.
Nah, I think that the fan man I was. I'm sure it was.
No, the third fight. Bowe knocked him out in the third fight.
James Tony was on the list. Who else was on the list? Hagler. I can't remember. I'll find that list as well.
Ray Mercer.
Huh?
Ray Mercer, you could take a punch.
Ray Mercer. No, I don't think he was on the list. Can't remember.
Lennox Lewis pounded Ray Mercer and he walked through everything.
Yeah, I'll have to find it for you. I got loads of stuff to share with you now on WhatsApp to help me course.
Okay, next category. This is going to be a tough one, I think. Endurance, stroke engine, stroke work rate. Dai went for Chocolatito and James went for Roy Jones.
I couldn't think of anyone. It's got to be Roy. It's got to get him in there somewhere.
Yeah, I was trying to think, like, who you watch who's still throwing, like, a million punches, like, in the last round. But a lot of them are still, you know, super fit. Like, you watch, like, Barrera, Morales, they were, like, trying to kill each other in the 12th round. Morales, Pacquiao won, where Morales went southpaw and just started hitting fuck up. They've all got good engines, they. Pacquiao's probably got one of the best engines as well. They're all fucking crazy little fucking millionaires, they. But I'm happy to concede that because Roy Jones was just... You can pick Roy Jones for a lot of categories, and that's the reason I picked them.
Right. This is going to be a fun one, I think. Mental strength. Dai went for Gatti.
Can I change it? I've just thought of someone. I change it.
No.
I'm chucking Vinny Pazienza in it.
Oh, why? She's come back from a car crash.
Yeah.
What about
Exactly.
Daniel Jacobs? What about Daniel Jacobs? He had cancer.
Yeah, but he didn't have a broken fucking neck, did he?
Well, he had cancer, Dai.
I know, but that don't break your neck and then get punched in the face.
No,
No,
but-
you can't keep on. You had the light.
You can't say cancer isn't a broken neck. It's just as bad.
It's bad, yeah, but it's a different kind of bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no chemo and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not as... It doesn't affect you as much as a broken neck in boxing. In boxing, it doesn't.
What do you mean it doesn't affect you as much?
Because he had to wear the halo and then come back and then get smacked in the head.
He had cancer. He almost died.
I know he did. I'm grateful he come back from it. But it's a different kind of bad in relation to boxing.
Oh, no, I don't. Oh, you can't say that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
So, mental strength, boys. Who are we picking on?
It's not Catty.
Vinny Paz.
No. Corrales.
Krallis? Yeah, I guess Krallis, yeah.
Got up, never wanted to stop. Went to prison, come back from prison and turned his life round.
Cheated and took his gum shield out against Castillo.
That always bothers me.
That's the referee caught.
Yeah. Well, I suppose his experience came through, and he sort of spat it out on purpose. I know you're a fighter, James. Did he do it on purpose?
Yes.
I would have spat out and kicked it out of the ring. Yeah, no, but you've got to, like, when you're at that high level and it's such high stakes. I know everyone's like, oh, it's cheating, but there's so much on that. I say it about like Suarez, you know, when like he just wants to win. He bites people. He handballs, you know, on the goal line against Ghana in the World Cup, and then they missed the penalty and then went out on penalties, and it's because he cheated, and that's just because you've got that such mentality. I've got to win at all costs. It's fucking cheating, isn't it? It's just amazing. Like it's just that's the type of mentality. So if you can get away with like little things like that, you know, it's not the same as taking, you know, steroids and stuff to give yourself an advantage. But if you can like bend the rules a little bit and break them, and so be it.
Yeah,
Sorry, Key, I kind of agree with that to a certain extent. Apart from like steroids and stuff, because that's a different kettle of fish. But I mean, taking a gum sheet. Didn't he have a point taken off him for it anyway?
Yeah, the second time.
He got punished for it, but no, I mean, he took a risk. He took a risk. He didn't know he was going to stop
But
him.
actually, by the time the referee stopped the fight, took a point off him, actually gave him more time to recover. So it actually worked in his benefit, having a point deducted.
I got a lot of time for shit like that, I'll be honest with you.
I mean, low blows, fingers in the eyes, the lot. Go for it.
Let's hope no referees are watching this. Let's hope the referee from BKB's are watching this. What's his name?
Baz.
Oh,
yeah.
Baz. Yeah,
Baz.
I'm not fucking about him now with him. You'll fucking suplex me in the ring.
He's looking for a scrap. He is. He's waiting for someone to start.
I know. I just say yes sir, no sir to him all the time.
So for mental strength, you're going for Corrales.
Yeah.
Go on.
I'm surprised
Definitely.
nobody picked Evander Holyfield just on a modern. No, for modern.
Yeah,
mental strength.
that's quite good. And he was singing hymns, wasn't he, before the Tyson fight and shit. Yeah, Evander Holyfield's a good one. Yeah, but again, there's lots of them in there that.
I suppose Evander Holyfield's very high profile. Was Corrales maybe not so high profile, apart from hardcore fans.
You know, and like even there's two Mexican fighters, Salido, and Beltran. And I'm sure both of them were fighting to get visas for America.
That's right, yeah.
And if you win a world title, it like automatically gives you X amount of points, which goes towards a green card. And Salido, like, not when he beat Lomachenko, but because he beat Lomachenko, he went on to another fight, and then he eventually won one, and I think it gave him enough points then to get a green card. You know, stuff like that. Like, you know, he had 10 losses on his record, and he still kept going. Like,
yeah, that's amazing, fairly. Right, combination punching. This is going to be a tough one, I think. Dai picked Manny Pacquiao, and James picked Juan Manuel Marquez.
they had a good rivalry as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they had 5 fights, was it? 4 or 5? 4.
4, I think, yeah. And Morales was ripped off in 3 of them, so.
Well, that's another debate for another day. But I think they're both excellent combination punchers.
They are, yeah. I think Pacquiao's was probably better, because, not better as in, you know, but his hand speed helped him a lot. Whereas Marquez really, it was like one of the highlights of his, you know, complete career was his combination punching. So either one could go. That's got to be 50-50 in it.
I would say, same as the Roy Jones thing, if you're going to build a boxer, you've got to have something of Manny Pacquiao in it. And combination punches is as good as anything, I think.
Yeah, I think if James is not conceding, then I'd probably have to pick Manny Pacquiao, I think.
Fair.
Even though the irony is, Marquez's best win was knocking out Pacquiao with one big right hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Combination punching, but right, this is going to be tough. Defensive skills. Daigo Whittaker, who I regard as probably, well, one of the greatest defensive fighters ever. And James has got Floyd, who is probably another great defensive fighter.
Yeah. Also, another person who could have picked would have been Ciaran, because he's very underrated on his defense. But I'd probably go with Sweet Pea over Mayweather, simply because Sweet Pea, the only thing that detracts from Sweet Pea is that he's got losses on his record, but I think, what was it, 2 or 3 losses he had, and they were both controversial. Like,
I think he lost early in his career in France, which was a blatant robbery.
Yeah.
And then he had the draw with Chavez in Texas, which I think everyone thought he should have beaten Chavez. And he had the draw with De La Hoya beat him, but a lot of people thought he should have gone with his way.
Yeah, that's the only downfall with Sweet Pea is he's got those 3 losses, draws, or whatever on his record, which probably should have gone his way. And everyone will say, "Oh, Mayweather was unbeaten," but you know, the people Whittaker got fought at the top of their, you know, at their peak, at their prime. What was Chavez, like 86-1 when he at the time or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd go with Sweet Pea because he simply fought better people at the prime, really.
Yeah, Sweet
People
Pea.
People will say, "How can you not have Mayweather?" Like, don't know, if you hadn't picked Mayweather, maybe we would have picked Mayweather for intelligence, because although he can read them, right, when he gets between the ropes, there ain't many better at craftsmanship and ring intelligence, is it?
Yeah, the other thing as well was Sweet Pea as well. Sweet Pea was always a defensive fighter throughout his career, whereas Mayweather seemed to develop that as he went up the weights and got older. He went from being like as Pretty Boy when he was up until I think it was super feather or lightweight when he was knocking people out and going for the kill.
He knocked out Corrales, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. And as he got bigger, then I think Gatti, who he stopped in like 6 rounds,
What
was
a
like
heart.
What
a heart on Gatti.
cried when Gomez was beating him up. Gomez couldn't even win the contender.
I was at the end of his career, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I was right at the arse end, man. Roy Jones Jr. was, what do you mean? He's fucking about 95 and he's still going.
Yeah, he never quit. He just got sparked everywhere in the end.
Just get fucking pinged out all the time.
Someone who else, if it went for the Crawford fight, could say he's got a lot of heart, is Amir Khan. Because every time he gets fucking hit, he gets fucking sparked and he still goes in there like...
Not every time, that's a lot. Only the fucking top boys are banged out him. You look at his resume, it is fucking super.
Right, all ring generalship.
Boys, I gotta go. My person's here.
So
right,
James is gonna. That's why Dai's gonna win every other category, isn't he?
Come on, oh fucking time.
So then we'll argue the case then, Dai, for the last few.
That's fine.
So overall boxing skills, stroke ring generalship. You picked Ali. James picked Hopkins.
It's got to be Ali. It's got to be. He was like this. This will go down as like intelligence as well, won't it? So if Mayweather hadn't already been picked, I would have probably picked Mayweather. But Ali, especially in the Foreman fight, he showed there. He's intelligent enough to change game plan mid-fight against, like, at the time, Foreman was everyone was scared to fight Foreman. Nobody wanted to fight him. He'd already destroyed Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
And he was only in his early 20s at the time, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was knocking everybody out. And Ali was able to, under pressure, under the shots that were knocking everybody else out, change his game plan to something nobody'd really done before. Purposely wear him out, take the shots and the elbows and the arms, and then knock him out. Not even take him the distance, but knock him out.
I think to put into context what Muhammad Ali did against Foreman is like the equivalent to saying that a boxer would lie against the ropes and just let Mike Tyson hit them.
Yeah.
Which would be crazy, but Muhammad Ali made it work for him, obviously, in that fight. So I think, on behalf of James, I concede that overall ring generalship will go to Muhammad Ali.
And you've got to have Ali in there as well.
Yeah.
But then again, you could also put a shout in for Lomachenko.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But like, he's my favorite boxer, and I am like when I done a little list, I had separate stuff like footwork and things. So I put Loma down for footwork, but he'd be in a conversation. Now, yes, but in 10 years when he's retired, then you got a real, because you don't appreciate fighters until they're retired, really do.
No.
I've said that all the time about Wales and Britain with like Enzo.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially Swansea and Wales. They won't appreciate how good Enzo was until he retires properly, and it's maybe 5-6 years after he's retired. Only now, everyone's balls deep in Joe Calzaghe, really, realistically. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I mean, Enzo was a bit unfortunate, and I know worked to his advantage in certain ways, but I think if Joe Calzaghe hadn't been boxing around the same time as Enzo probably would have had more media attention and credit than he did at the time.
Probably, but again, he was also on massive platforms on the undercards of the Calzaghe.
Yeah, so I know that worked in his advantage, but I think he possibly would have had more attention than he did. But there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
Power, you went for George Foreman. Dai went for Valerio, if I pronounced his name right.
It's got to be George, isn't it? It's got to be George.
I'd say George, just purely because he knocked out good guys. He knocked out Frazier. He knocked out Norton.
But he knocked Frazier down. I think it was 6 times in one
Yeah.
fight. And this was Frazier that had gone toe to toe with Ali and was knocking people out themselves. Ali couldn't put him away like Foreman did. So it's got to be Foreman. He was a monster in his, like I say, up until he fought Ali. He was an absolute beast. Scariest bloke they'd ever had in the division.
Yeah, and I think the only criticism against Valero was he lack of quality opposition because he couldn't fight in America. People had to go to Venezuela to fight him. So for that reason, he didn't always fight the best guys. So he knocked out everyone, but it's difficult to know if the guys he beat were good opponents.
Yeah, that's fair. I go with, he'd be fuming if he listens back to this. He disappears. We just fucked off all his suggestions. But it's got to be Foreman, I would think, surely.
Right, best looking boxer, a category we added at the bottom.
So we should have. Did he pick Oscar De La Hoya?
I don't think he picked it. I haven't got anything written down, so I don't know whether.
I think we should go for De La Hoya, to be honest, because him in those.
Well, since he's gone, we could just pick James, couldn't we?
Fuck off. No, but yeah, got to be De La Hoya, no stockings and suspenders and that. Got to be.
And a category I should have included, really, but speed. And I think his name was mentioned earlier, Amir Khan, probably fastest. Pure ham speed.
I've got speed written down. And there's only one guy I've got for that. You could have put Roy Jones, but I haven't. I've put Prince Naz.
Naz, yeah, true.
Speed, lightning speed, so fast they couldn't even see him hit him.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
And I suppose Naz would also, there's no I haven't put the category down. We could have had one punch knockout power. Naz would probably be up there as well.
Definitely, for such a little fella as well. Yeah, Naz. I go with Naz.
Yeah, so there we have it. That's the TTLO Build a Boxer. So you had jab, Larry Holmes, right hand, Marciano, body shots, Chavez Sr., hooks, Fraser, uppercuts, Mike Tyson, chin, I think we went for Hagler with the chin. Endurance, work rate, we had Roy Jones. Mental strength, it's a controversial one, but I think we went for Corrales. Combination punching, Manny Pacquiao. Defensive skills, Whittaker. Overall ring generalship, Muhammad Ali. Power, George Foreman. Best looking, De La Hoya. And speed, would you have it? Naz.
I think our weakest department is the mental strength, I'll be honest. That's where and without mental strength, you fucked. So I think our amazing boxer would get beat, to be honest with you.
I think perhaps if I'd have given you the categories in advance and you had to keep the list to yourself, it might have worked better or given you more chance to...
With mental strength, yeah. I picked Gatti because of the fights with Wood. Because, I mean, if you're going to quit, those took heart. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, definitely,
I put mental strength down in the same category as having heart. And although he's going that Alfonso Gomez beat him, all right, yeah, it's not great. But I don't think you can...
but that's like saying that Muhammad Ali quit against Larry Holmes.
Trevor Berbick beat Ali, so he's not that good.
But
it happens towards the end of the career, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Roy Jones Jr. Now, even Enzo will admit, Enzo wouldn't have got close to him, close to a prime Roy Jones.
Yeah.
But, I mean, these things happen, so I don't know. I think Gatti's still a good shout, even though he absolutely rinsed me. I think he's still a good shout.
I think possibly if a few different categories we added, Gatti certainly could fit in this. And maybe most exciting boxer, Gatti.
Yeah. Biggest balls, Gatti.
Yeah.
Is a couple of, he's squeezing. But I think that for on the fly, I think we done all right there.
Yeah. And I was thinking maybe hooks. I know James was struggling. James picked Canelo. I probably would have picked Tommy Morrison.
It's a good shot. Yeah, it's a good shout, sorry.
And I'm guessing there's probably people listening to this thinking they probably shouting out different names. Because you do get a little bit of a mental block if you don't...
Oh yeah, it needs a bit of thinking. That's why I think we've just pulled out some absolute pearlers there. Like, James is way more hardcore boxing than me, and I think I'm a bit more hardcore MMA than James. So it kind of works. But on the fly, some of those are good hardcore choices rather than, like you say, the obvious ones. Like, I know we got Tyson in for uppercuts, but you just go Tyson for power and Ali for this or whatever. But we've mixed it up a bit, I think. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Yeah.
So
go on, carry on. You've obviously got the plan. We can talk about whatever you want, Key. I'm in no rush at the moment.
Yeah. Well, just so what's happening? Is there any talk around the gyms you train at returning, or what's the word?
Well, I seen something the other day, possibly maybe like boxer size classes, being allowed, obviously with social distancing restrictions from maybe June the 18th. I think that's a bit optimistic, but there's no reason why you couldn't. People are going in parks. People are protesting. I think it's all gone out the window now, to be honest. Everyone's sort of had enough. No, I haven't had it as bad as everyone else because I still been working all the way through it. So people like my missus who haven't been out the house properly for, I don't know, 3 months. She don't see what Tesco's is like or Asda's is like when you're queuing outside. And so it's slightly different for me, but people are starting to, I've noticed the traffic has picked up. People in the shops, there's a lot more of them. There's a lot less masks and gloves now. I think people have just had enough. Yeah. If they're willing to let schools go back, then gyms should be open. And also, they'll open a McDonald's, but they won't open a gym. So you can go and get fat, but you can't keep your body healthy or your mind healthy in a gym, which is absolutely ridiculous in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, every jiu-jitsu and grappling and wrestling and everything was still going on at the beginning of March. And COVID was right then. You know what I mean? And it was still going on. So now all these restrictions have come down and the rates of infection are dropping. Then it's time to open it up. Obviously, you've got to be sensible. Jiu-jitsu is going to be a tough one to get past for a little bit, I think. Maybe another, you might be looking at possibly another 8 weeks for that, I think. Because you are literally sweating on each other and as close as you can get to somebody other than your missus, basically. So that might take a bit of time. But in terms of striking, boxing, kicking, there's no reason you can't run classes with social distancing, 1 meter, 2 meters apart, or whatever it may be. So hopefully this month we'll be open at some point. Is it, like I said, when we had Richard Shaw on, we had in our gym anyway, and obviously most gyms are the same. Shaky said the same about his gym. We had a good bit of momentum on the go. In our gym in 2019, none of our fighters lost a fight. We were undefeated in 2019. 2020's just started. We're trying to keep that ball rolling. Loads of big plans coming up. We have boys in the Welsh IMAFs team already being picked. And this just stuck massive brakes on. And I don't know whether, apologies if you can hear my phone buzzing all the time, but one of the boys has just texted me now as we're doing this and said, I'm gutted about all this COVID stuff. We were flying. So it has put the brakes on a little bit, but it's given us time, especially in our gym anyway. It's given us time to add stuff to the gym. There's suspended ceilings going in and more bags and more equipment being purchased. And so obviously we're going to look at the timetable, add stuff, tweak stuff. So when everybody comes back to our gym, it's even better than when they left. So that's the only plus we can take from this, really, I think.
Yeah, it's difficult. I know that the boxing gyms were all geared up ready for the championships, and of course it's just all ground to a halt now. With do you worry that a lot of people who were, you talk about momentum, But some people will drop off or fall off the radar.
A lot of our boys, like, we're in WhatsApp groups and stuff, and so we're talking to them most days. We're trying to keep on top, and is be obviously on Zoom. There's been classes being put on Zoom. Omid is putting like jiu-jitsu tutorials, ones that you were able to do at home. Our Muay Thai coach, Campbell, he's been doing striking drills via Zoom. So we've been putting classes on as best we can over Zoom for the people who are still paying memberships and stuff. Who have, you know what I mean, everybody understands that if they cancel memberships, that's understandable because everybody's hard up. But we've been lucky where a lot of people have kept theirs going, because if everybody cancels membership, then there isn't going to be any gyms to go back to after this. So we've been lucky in a way. But we've tried. We're in constant contact with most of our fighters, and the boys who fight, we've all got a close relationship with. So it's not just I don't think it's just on a whim for them. The ones I do worry about are the casual trainers who just like to come to an MMA class or a boxing class or wrestling or something to keep them fit. Then that could affect those numbers. But on the flip side, everybody's been locked in the house for 3 months. So, like I say, we've improved facilities and equipment at our gym. So when people are allowed out and allowed to train, that it's a viable option then to try something new. Because I think that could happen as well. Everybody's worried about, will the gym stay open? Will this gym stay open? I think when we're allowed out, all the gyms are going to have a massive influx of possible new members, because I think people appreciate now the fact that before you could do what you wanted, and now everybody's in lockdown. It's like, I could have gone to the gym before, but now, I mean, I want to now, but I can't.
I think probably people are fed up of running and cycling, and they want to do something. If they can do fitness, do something different.
Yeah, and I do think that people will appreciate the fact that they can do these different sports and different activities now, and I think this might be a kick up the ass for a lot of people to go, yeah, I'll give that a go now. I'll give it a go, because it is intimidating. I'm no jiu-jitsu practitioner, not by any stretch of imagination. I find it ridiculously hard, and I don't enjoy it the same as I do the striking aspect. But I understand it's intimidating to walk into a class you've never done before. But I think this might encourage people now, when we're allowed to go back, to give them a go. I do think that. So I think, although everybody's worried, I think there might be a massive influx of new members in all gyms, to be honest.
Right, here's a question for you, Dai. I know we used to help out, or used to be a trainer, a WABA, Welsh Amateur Box Association trainer in the Warehouse gym, was it?
Warehouse EBC, yeah.
And I know I listened to, I'm basing this on what I've listened to you say on the podcast in the past. What do you think the Welsh ABA should be doing to help boxing gyms, coming from the fact you've trained in a boxing gym and helped in a boxing gym? Especially now after coming out of this
COVID. The thing is, I don't think they've got any money to be able to donate to gyms, although I know there are fees paid and you know what I mean, all boxers have got to get their medicals and stuff like this, but I don't think there's a lot of money in it. Most boxing clubs are on a shoestring as it is, unless you're lucky. Like in the Warehouse, I think at one point we had in the bank account, we might have had like £2.74 or something. And that was a fully functioning gym where we were taking people on the road and we were active, and we didn't have any money. It was hand to mouth. Any spare money we had, if we put a show on and we made some money, then that would have to go back into equipment to try and get it a bit better. But it worked, and I think most boxing clubs are in the same situation as that. This might shut quite a few down, and what people don't realise is that most most amateur boxing clubs are run. Nobody makes money out of it.
No.
There's no money in amateur boxing, even if you open a gym. Like I say, warehouse, we were going hand to mouth. It's what can they do? I don't know if there is a lot they can do. To be honest, maybe the first 6 months we're back when everyone's putting shows on. Any fees that you might have to pay or whatever it may be, maybe drop them. Just anything you can do to make the clubs, all the pressure ease slightly. There's loads like that needs to change with the ABA, the WABA. There's loads, but I think if they're going to help the gyms, just any sanctioning fees or entry money you have to pay or whatever it may be, just waive it for a couple of months. It's not going to make a huge difference, but the thing that will make a huge difference is if parents send their kids, go on, get out the house now. Let's go to a boxing club. Let's go to a jiu-jitsu club, anything. Just get them out the house, and that will make a difference. Where the two-pounder sessions are flooding through the door. That's what will make a difference. I don't think as much the ABA can do, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's a tough one. It is a tough one.
So what? Just taking on with COVID, once this is all over, apart from obviously going back to the gym, what are you going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do when you can?
It's like they eased up where parents can come to back garden and stuff. So the other day, my parents come up the back garden. Obviously, we kept the 2 meters, but that was probably the closest we've been. I think the first thing I'm going to do, or us as a family, is have a party. I think with like my brother, his missus, my nieces, nephews, my sister, and my brother-in-law, all the nieces, my mother and father. Let's all get together because we haven't seen each other. Well, I haven't seen my brother for. He drove past me in the car the other day. That's probably the most interaction I've had with him. But we haven't seen anybody for months. Same with my wife's side of the family. We just, I think, a get together because my kids are missing their grandparents. They want to go and sleep over their houses. Just those things. A couple of parties. I've already said to the boys in the gym, although the is a main group of us fighters, that when this is over, I'm going to have a big barbecue at the back and we're all going to come up, have a couple of beers and a laugh and a chat and start building the team spirit again. So it's a couple of get-togethers, I think, is first on my list. I think so.
Definitely, yeah. I think that's the general opinion from most people.
That's one thing I've noticed is, like I say, it hasn't been that hard for me because life has carried on for me as normal. I've had to go to work. I'm in and around people. I'm driving around Wales, so I'm seeing everything as I used to. The only thing I have seen, which I've enjoyed, is less traffic on the road. So, but like I say, it hasn't affected. The big thing is not seeing parents and stuff. I say not seeing, they lived on the road, so I can take a loaf of bread to my mother and stand outside the garden and just have a quick chat and then shoot off. But it's just that close interaction I think everybody's missing.
Yeah. The stuff we take for granted, I suppose, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Stuff which you normally just pop in your parents, have a cup of tea or whatever, read the paper or whatever, and it's all been taken away from you now to a certain extent. Exactly.
It's those little things where, and in supermarkets and shops where you're dodging each other. It's nice to have a bit of space, don't get me wrong. where you sidestepping everyone on the aisles and waiting. One thing is everyone seems to be, because everyone's in the same shit situation, everyone seems to be a little bit nicer to each other. Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think to a certain extent this brought, well, I just know I live in the valleys, for people who don't know, and it's certainly brought communities a bit closer together, I think. It have, yeah, definitely. Although tonight, I haven't heard anyone outside clapping. It is Thursday. I think they've stopped it now, haven't they? Yeah, I think my missus is big into the clapping. I think she said they've stopped it now, apparently. Someone out with a saucepan the other day on my road. Oh, yeah, saucepans, fireworks, car horns. One thing I hope doesn't go away, or is the appreciation that people are now showing the NHS. because I've always been big on the NHS. If someone's on Facebook, which Facebook's shit anyway, but someone's on Facebook going, I had to go up the emergency room and a 5-hour wait. I'm thinking, it's fucking free, love. What are you moaning about?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wind your neck in. If you lived
When I
in
was in,
America, you'd be actually fucked.
When I was in America last October, we talked to these guys, these firemen, and they were asking us about the NHS, and they were saying, so, right, you go to the hospital and you check in or whatever, you see the receptionist, and basically the point they were trying to make was, at what point do you pay any money? And we were saying, at no point do you pay any money.
Yeah.
You pay on your taxes, so it's already paid for. But they couldn't quite get that. They were saying, so it comes off your insurance, does it? I said, no, it doesn't come off your insurance. So at point of use, it's totally free. So, they just couldn't get their head around it. And I think most people in Britain take it so much for granted.
Oh, 100%. Like, obviously, I've got a different point of view from the NHS, because without the NHS, I'd probably be dead. If I was born in America, my mother, I'm from a completely, like, working class background. We never had any money, really. So if I was born in America with what I was born with, they couldn't have afforded insurance or for me to be treated effectively, let's put it that way. So I probably would have been dead. The NHS is the greatest thing this country's had, and it's taken something like this for everybody to suddenly go, yeah, the NHS, and people who work for the NHS are absolutely awesome. And my wife's a nurse. I've got all the time in the world for the NHS. It's free. You can no matter what is wrong with you, you can jump in the car, go down the hospital, walk in, and a doctor or a nurse will see you that day.
Have you seen the little cartoon about Breaking? If they made the film, the series Breaking Bad in Britain, have you seen that little cartoon?
No, I haven't seen
the British version of Breaking Bad is guy goes to the doctor, says, I've got cancer, and it says, yeah, we'll fully treat your cancer. End of the series. But in America, the guy becomes a drug drug dealer and a criminal, just basically to pay his medical bills.
But yes, it's right. It's the greatest thing we got, without a shadow of a doubt in my mind.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
And maybe now the government will start chucking some money into it, because they realise, and hopefully people won't go, when all this is over, won't forget about it and keep on to the government to invest in the NHS. Give them whatever they need.
Yeah.
If that takes putting the taxes up slightly, it's the greatest thing we got. You can't put a price on it. No. Well, if it means us paying a little bit more in national insurance or whatever it may be, then so be it. The hospitals should have whatever they need. And the nurses, doctors, everyone, they should be like the heart surgeons and stuff. I know this because obviously what's happened, but the heart surgeons, if they walk in a room, they're like a rock star in the hospital. You should see it. It's phenomenal. They walk in and the nurses are like, oh, look. Genuine. They're superb. And the main doctors and so they should be multi-millionaires, these people. Multi-millionaires. Like all these footballers and stuff. Yeah, it's great and entertainment. Everyone's fixated on entertainment. Even now, everyone's fixated on, I need to be entertained. When sport coming back, fuck sport. Let's give these doctors some money. Let's give these nurses some money. And let's really focus on your immune system and your well-being and getting yourself as a human better. That's what the focus should be on, not I need to be entertained. No, you don't. You need to be healthy. You need to be fit. You need to be appreciative of what you've got on your doorstep that other countries, like major countries, like you say, America, biggest country, like most powerful country in the world, they haven't even got it. No. So we've got a tiny little island. It's got the best setup in the world. I don't care. And I'll argue that forever for obvious reasons.
All right, then, bud. I think you... Yeah. Did you want to give us... you mentioned the WhatsApp. You wanted to give a reminder for people to put reviews or something, was it?
Oh, yes. Good. I'm fucking shit at this. Honestly, yeah. Leave us a review on wherever you listen to this. It could be, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, then subscribe. They are creeping up slowly, and we're getting a couple of likes on the videos, which I mean, we never used to get. So it's creeping up slowly. Couple of nice comments coming in as well. So subscribe to the YouTube, and if you listen to this on whatever platform, mainly iTunes, I think we get a couple of people like me on Android listening to Castbox, Stitcher, Spotify. Just leave us a review. It helps the searches. If you search for us, it'll come up quicker, and it boosts us up the rankings as well. Although I don't know if you've seen it, when Lily sent me, I think he sent me a link that we were listed in the top 10 like sports podcasts.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. That was great.
I should really know the website, considering that's the only one that's ever rated us. But yeah, it's just leave us a review, some comments if you want, whatever. I mean, follow us on Twitter. I think everything's pretty much at TTLO podcast. I think on Facebook, if you want to find us on Facebook, we've got a page that's Turn the Lights Out podcast, I think. But other than that, yeah, it's just give us a like and a review. I will give a shout out. Obviously, I showed you the book for Lily at the beginning of the podcast. That was from Jordan, who's one of our listeners, and he interacts with us all the time. So he went out of his way and got that for Lily because he loves the podcast. And he's a massive supporter. Like anyone on Twitter who says, "Can you recommend a podcast?" You'll tag us in the AIC podcast. They're probably looking for something intelligent, right? And us two rock up. But yeah, a shout out to Jordan, and like I say, leave us a review and a couple of comments if you can. But I appreciate you doing this, Key, because I mean,
no, sorry, mate.
You know me and Lily are like, we fucking use them.
No, just fill it in for Sean until he's ready to come back.
I don't think he's gonna. It might be a full-time gig for you now, because I don't think he's gonna come back. To be honest. I think I don't know whether it's he's had enough of me and Lily, or I think his missus might have banned him from hanging around with us, because Sean's
I think it is, to be fair, mind, he even tried to do it, arranging to do this on Zoom, which is really sitting in your living room. It's not that much effort, really. It is still difficult to try and.
Well, I know
it's either get an hour to meet up.
Either Lily's a nightmare, or I am. It's one or the other. So, considering we do a podcast and we have for 3 years, getting us either in the same room or even in the same time frame, even in the same hour, is difficult. So, but yeah, it's great to have you doing this with us, because we need, obviously, sometimes it's good when me and Lily just get together and chat the shit, but clearly, and it's obvious that we need direction on these podcasts. We need the ship to be steered, otherwise we'll hit the rocks. And we've done it quite a few times.
But I think the I've listened to lots of different podcasts, and I sort of try a few and move on to the next one. But this is the TTLO one has been my favourite, apart from when I'm on it. So I don't like listening to myself. But just because it is so chaotic, I suppose.
Yeah,
it is so off the wall.
What I wanted to, like, although if you listen to the first ever episode, we sit in there and we talk and actually going through boxing cards and we're trying to be all. But that's not what I wanted when I thought, let's do a podcast. I wanted it like a fly on the wall, couple of mates in a room, how they would talk if nobody was recording. That's what I wanted. And sometimes things are said that shouldn't be said, probably. Some things are a bit controversial. Some things might upset people. But it's all done. I mean, we're all trying to say funny stuff and make people laugh, because in the back of our minds, we know that people will listen to it. So, but it's always, I don't want it to go away from the just mates having a chat sort of thing, because it can get a bit, you know what I mean? You lose, we haven't got a great amount of listeners, don't get me wrong, but the ones that do enjoy it and they have a laugh, and that's the main thing. We do drop some knowledge every now and then, just to keep people on their toes. We know what we're talking about when we want to talk about it. But yeah, it's
Well, I'll just say, if there's any on this Zoom thing, for as long as this lockdown lasts, if there's ever any guests you want to bring on, I mean, that's easy to accommodate. If you want to bring somebody else on. And
But that's always been our problem. We've had, genuine now, we've had so many messages and we spoke to so many people that have all said they'd come on. Yeah, definitely. And big names. Like we had Enzo on the line for 18 months and we never pulled the trigger. Jack Shaw told me about 2 years ago he wants to come on. Richard Shaw, his old man, told me ages ago he wants to come on. And it's just a case of us getting our fingers out our ass, to be honest. We've got, like, I'm sure Curtis Woodhouse was nearly coming on at one point. Lily's got loads of people. Scott Gamble said he wants to come on. Dorian Dark wants to come on.
Yeah, Dorian would be a good one, I think.
I seen him the other day. He obviously don't know me to see, but he said all right to me. There's no one of those of like I've seen his face somewhere.
Yeah.
He follows me on Twitter and stuff. And it was a joke before that he's sponsored by Dark Fruits or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. When I seen him, I was in work. I was on the fridges. And he walked past me. I was by my van. He walked by. All right, mate. I went, all right. And when I went back in, where was he? He was at the till with 3 crates of Dark Fruits in his hand. I was like, yeah, there we go. I did message him, man, off the podcast account on Twitter going, hope you enjoy your Dark Fruits. I was just thinking, who the fuck's this guy? Who the fuck's seen me?
Well, I interviewed Dorian. When the lockdown first started, I just did a little interview with Dorian because we interacted on Twitter a little bit. And I did a little interview with him. But he'd be a good guy to have on, isn't he? So he's definitely got the Zoom account on his phone as well.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, old school. I put him in an old school bracket. But he knows that he's never going to be a world champion, but he likes a scrap and he earns a few quid out of it.
Yeah.
It's his pocket money sort of thing, do you know what I mean? And when he's old and retired, and he can say, I've been in there with, because let's be honest, Anthony Joshua will go down as a great just because of even if it's just for the publicity he's brought to boxing. But in years, people will still talk about him. And he'll always have that under his belt that he got in the ring and mixed it with the likes of Anthony Joshua. And he'll take a fight with anyone. He's not scared of anyone, and I got a lot of time for that.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. But there's loads of people we can get on, and it's like I say, I think Jack Shaw might hit up. Lou Long, we want to get back on. Ricky Wright, I want to get back on. There's loads of people, and from further afield. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a Welsh guy. There are quite a few people who through Twitter and stuff. Jim Freeman was due to come on ages ago. I don't think he would anymore, mate. But because he slagged us off something rotten. But you must be listening. That's the best thing. That's the main thing. But yeah, there's loads of people, and we got to pull the trigger on it, to be honest. But that's another thing with the lockdown. It's made me appreciate the fact that we could have drove to any gym we wanted to. We could have gone to meet anybody we wanted to, but we never did. But I think that's something, whether it'll just be James sometimes and record it on his phone. It might be me and you sometimes go and record it on a video, or all 3 of us maybe. But I think it's time we started going around the gyms when this gets back. And I think one of my first ones I want to go to, because I think we could hit maybe 2 or 3 podcasts in one day, would be up Show MMA. You can get Desi Edwards, you can get Shaky on his own, you can get Jack on his own. There's like Oban Elliott on his own. Brett Johns is up there now. So that's where I want to go in person. I've been up there once for an interclub, and it's a lovely gym. But I want to go up there, sit down with the guys, get some good podcasts on the go, get some good content, and have a good time. And like Shaky come on a couple of weeks back, and probably in my top 3 for guests. He was knowledgeable.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah, really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, he's easy to talk to.
The thing that I liked Shaky explaining was why the UFC has never came to Wales. And just the way he explained it about the logistics and stuff, which I never really considered before. And I thought it was really, really interesting.
I obviously Shaky knows obviously way more, but I'm of the mindset of, if they wanted to sell 20,000 tickets in the Liberty Stadium, or they could even sell more than that, in my mind, in the Millennium Stadium. We are so starved. If they put on a big headline fight, we'd sell thousands and thousands and thousands of tickets. People come from Bristol and Birmingham. Is it? No, I mean, 2 hours away is nothing.
Yeah.
I think we'd sell thousands of tickets. But obviously, Shaky and all that are a lot more in the know than some idiot like me. But yeah, I know what you're saying. He made a lot of sense, because I've been calling for one for Cardiff for years, but he made a lot of sense in what he said. But one day it'll happen. One day,
Yeah, hopefully,
yeah. But yeah, like I said, nice one for doing this, Key.
Yeah, no worries. We'll well, whenever. I suppose if there is anyone out there who wants to come on, who's just download the Zoom app, and I can facilitate and leave the three of you carry on then.
Yeah. Anyone.
All right,
like you say. But nice one for doing this, Key.
Yeah,
Top man.
I'll send the audio over to you tomorrow morning, probably, mate.
Great stuff. Cheers,
Nice
mate.
one.
Nice one.
Good night. All the best, mate. Ta-ra.
Bye. What's dark web? And that's for fucking pedos and stuff, isn't it?
We lost 2 of our listeners. 4 left now.
I had Alistair over him to win by knockout.
I never crossed the track.
It was nice and fucking straight until you fucking touched it.
You said chocolate down on the hip.
Yeah, you got a bad it.
Get down, baby. Across.
Let's go podcast. Woo!
Are we podcasting now?